What up, though? This is Rob. Just want to let you guys know that we are doing a special Halloween event where we're going to be playing Dead by Daylight with all of you guys. First things first, you should join our Discord. Link is in the description. But what we're going to do is we're going to get us three and potentially Hot Kyle to join in to be our fourth, and then we're going to let you guys hunt us down as the killers in Dead by Daylight. So be sure to be on the lookout for more information. It's all on our socials. We have it posted. And once again, join our Discord for all the final information and where to join us, but we hope to see you there. Peace. Welcome to this week's episode of the Top Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Rob. Enjoy with me, my friends Lou.
Does this smell like chloroform to you?
And Mike.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there.
Watch out for the chloroform. Did you get that hello I didn't see you there from anything?
Every movie or like every, you know, when like the camera pans and it's the guy sitting in the armchair of like a fancy library and there's leather everywhere and he's like, oh, hello, I didn't see you there. And then he narrates for a little bit. Just that trope in general.
That's fair. For some reason, I think of a Lonely Island song when you said that.
Oh.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Guess what I just did? Had something that I can't say because it gets demonetized.
Ooh.
All right. So first off, I wanted to start out by shouting out Jacob, who you guys have heard on the pod multiple times. He just had a baby, so congrats to Jacob.
Wow, good job not blowing out, buddy.
Hey, it's hard to have a kid, don't you know?
It's hard to have a kid.
Not for Jacob.
First time, baby. First time.
Shooting 100, you know. Usually like to start off with the icebreaker, but I'm guessing none of us had one prepared because I totally didn't think of one. So I have a Rob's fun fact for you guys.
Even better.
Since Lou is dropping the crazy story, crazy stories with Lou. Something I found interesting. Spotify made this video of like their top, I think it was 100 songs from the 2000s. And so I'm watching. I'm like, yeah, I can agree. Yeah, overrated, underrated, yeah, that stuff. But I was shocked at what number 20 was. And it is Mike's favorite song, Hey Soul Sister, is the 20th top song from the 2000s on Spotify.
First of all, I'd like to say that was an unprovoked attack at the level of me calling Lucian misogynistic last week. Are they doing it by like radio playtime though? Because
by I'm guessing by views or by listens.
Yeah, because I hate that song. It sucks. But there's no denying it was a force when it came out.
Hold on, I forget what year it came out. Let's see, 2009. So yeah, that's like right on the tail end too. So the other ones would have had more time. But then again, I don't think Spotify was a thing. But man, yeah, camp. Everyone with the ukuleles were singing it, and
oh my gosh,
I feel like that was the worst song. Like that was the one that got sung the most.
It got sung so much. I didn't mind at first. Honestly, I remember not caring that much, being like, oh yeah, it's cool. That song's popular, doesn't bother me. And it just kept being played for so long, and I began to hate it so much. And now I can tell that I have my memory's not accurate anymore. Like I can't stand the song to the extent that I'm like, yeah, I used to hate it when Noah would go around playing that song, and now I'm like, and then like I stop and I'm like, no, actually it didn't bother me at all at the time. But like, yeah.
Are you sure you're not talking about Noah's brother? Because he was the singer.
I very well could be. I didn't know either.
He was in my. Was he a year younger than you?
I think so.
Yeah, he was in my cabin. Darian.
I do remember being slightly bothered by him having like a caravan of women following him around.
He had a good voice.
Sang that song. Yeah, he was talented.
Yeah. So I guess that's my icebreaker. What's one song that you initially didn't mind, but then just got repeated over and over again? We kind of went over this with our overrated songs, but I'm going to say 21 Pilots. My first summer listening to them back in 2013, I couldn't stand them because all I heard was car radio and then the occasional Holding On to You. But then I fell in love with the band. But man, they played car radio so much that summer.
That song slaps. That was Holding On to You, but still. Lou, do you have one? Because I was going to perform my song.
Oh, the song that I hate?
Or that you've come to dislike, yeah.
Come to dislike? Not off the top of
He's
my
gonna
head.
hit us with like Photograph or something like that. Some Nickelback.
No, I love some Nickelback. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Ooh.
It has a nostalgia place now.
Let
I was
me
lying 'cause I
let me
don't
be
jam it
last.
now.
All right.
You go and I'll get one.
All right, so I got a serious one, and then there's this one. It goes ping, 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 ping. I want my baby back, baby.
Oh
back,
my
baby,
gosh.
back. I want my
No.
baby back.
I thought I had more time than that.
It's the worst.
It didn't bother me. They played that song when me and Rob worked at Chili's. I am not kidding. Every 30 minutes, that song would come on. It came on so frequently,
yeah.
guests would complain, and I'd be like,
Sorry.
you would have no idea the actual hell I am existing in.
But we loved it
like
there. We can't say anything bad.
No, we did like it there.
A decade later.
That
still under
particular
contract.
song, however, when you hear it every 30 minutes for every shift for like 4 months, it would get to the point where it would be like ting, and the entire staff would just yeah. Now for songs that normal people have listened to, freaking Ed Sheeran's it's like I'm in love with your body. I'm
You
in
like that
love
song
with
at
the
first?
shape of you. I didn't mind it at first. I was like, all right, this is kind of all right. And then again, it played at restaurants so frequently that like I to this day actively have like a burning hatred towards Ed Sheeran, where like I'm sure I don't know if he's a good person. I don't know anything about him, but if I saw him, I'd want to punch him so bad because of that song.
He's a really cool guy, so that would really suck.
Yeah, well, I'd punch him right in the face. I don't care if he's a cool guy.
Hey, he was doing the Lord's work for chubby gingers everywhere back in the day.
That's fair. That's fair. I'd still punch him right
I felt
in the face.
represented. I'm sorry. That was probably not the best joke to make, but you know, we do it live. How about you, Lou?
Because you're white. That makes sense.
Hey, I'm a ginger.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you are. That's how we became friends. Probably either Old Town Road by Lil Nas X, also Don't Cancel Me Gays, or Don't Stop Believing. That's a really
gosh.
big one.
That's a good
one.
pick, actually. Yeah. Classic
on
song,
my
but
list.
like I did it to myself. I played that to death on my own.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, Alex Moulton, pop punk cover of that song, kind of slaps.
All right. Well, if you're interested in more of our music takes and especially overrated type songs, we do have a podcast on that, so go listen on that. This week we're doing it's our off week for our normal topic, but we're gonna build a team to survive the apocalypse in. And we're gonna do a snake draft order, so that'll make more sense once we go through it. You good there, Mike?
That's the snake noise.
It's we are the what's the dodgeball? We are the purple cobras or something. We will rock you. I would not want to watch that movie again out of fear of not liking it, but
It's pretty good.
okay. There
It's
you go.
it's a little rapey.
Oh,
The guy,
yeah.
the guy is. I was like, ooh, I understand now. Not as an adult, this isn't good. You would go to jail.
Yep. Well, the apocalyptic scenario was picked out by one of our Discord members, Ben. Shout out to Ben. So if you guys want to participate potentially in future episodes, go ahead, look in the description wherever you're listening or watching us. Join our Discord. We're going to have a lot of news and just fun, and we like to interact with people, so join that. But the scenario is it's a non-nuclear apocalyptic wasteland. So I pitched the idea it was like a meteor hit the Earth and just wiped out everything and kind of the breakdown of civilization. But whatever led to the events, maybe we don't even know anymore. It's happened so long ago that we don't know the exact things. But we each get to pick a team of movie characters we want to team up with and survive the wastelands with. You want to go over the more final details, Mike? Because I feel like my brain is moving slow right now.
Yeah, so one character per franchise, and we do need to kind of iron this out. So this is what I was thinking, and you guys can hit me in real time with your responses. So Rob, you had asked, can we be extra sneaky and be like, I picked Superman from Batman versus Superman. Now you can't choose Batman.
We said no.
We say no.
Yeah.
If the character has a standalone movie, you have to pick
I
them from
agree.
their standalone movie.
Oh,
so, like,
well, okay. So we couldn't do like, a combined movie, but then just say like, then you can't pick them from those movies.
Yeah, so like if you wanted Superman from Batman versus Superman, that's fine. You can have Henry Cavill's Superman. You
Okay.
get him from Man of Steel.
Oh.
You can have that whole character's arc.
Okay.
But like it doesn't shut him down.
Yeah, it shuts down Superman. Not
it
Batman.
just shuts down Superman.
Okay, cool.
Conversely, if for some reason you were like, I gotta have Hawkeye.
How do you know? No.
Yeah. Now the Avengers are locked down. But if you want Thor, fine. You get him from one of the Thor movies.
It's true, because Hawkeye is only from a TV show, so that doesn't count. It has to be a movie.
Yeah. So, otherwise, you're building your team. We are taking personality into account, right? So you want a team that will be somewhat cohesive, and you have to worry about them stabbing you in the back. So, if you want to take an evil person, that's your prerogative, but,
watch out.
Sleep with one eye open.
There you go. All right, so we're going to go Micah's 1, Lewis 2, I am 3. I got Google roll a D3. All right, I probably have my Google.
I thought you were just like, I thought you had already done it and that I got the first pick and I was like, yes!
No, I'm just going off to the order. Hey, Google, roll 1D3.
You got 2.
2. Lou is starting off.
Oh, boy.
So, Lou, you got the first overall pick.
Nice. As
In
I
our
am
draft.
building
Wait a
my
minute,
team
there's
now.
no such thing as a D3. This is rigged.
Science, baby. All right, so my first list that I built mainly consists of psychotic people.
Oh.
And then I asked, are they just supposed to love me? And Robert was like, no.
We talked
They're
about
not
that.
supposed to love you. We did talk about
Yeah,
it.
you
but
gotta read
I
our
don't pay
messages, Lou.
attention. I don't pay attention. And so I had to scrap that, and now I am making, honestly, I think a better list. So, and I know for sure that nobody has these on your list because I picked the all-women
anime?
team.
Oh.
No, not all anime, all women.
Okay.
Lou's so determined to prove that he's not misogynistic, he built himself a harem. All
Thank
right.
you for making the joke. The first part was really good. The second part was bad.
All right,
Just
Lou.
listen to the first part.
Who are you
guys.
taking first overall?
My first overall pick, who I think if I had to rate them, is probably not the first overall, but nobody's going to pick my group. So there you go. Is the Chin Up Warrior, the leader of the Resistance from the Future War,
Katniss?
Sarah Connor.
That's it. Sarah
a good
Connor.
Thank you.
Alien.
She.
Thought about it.
What?
Nope, Terminator.
Sorry, yep, I was
Terminator.
thinking of, wrong. I was thinking of Ridley.
You were thinking of Ridley. Yes, you were.
Another strong
Sarah
woman.
Connor. I think one of the only women to actually kill a Terminator. Is that correct? Research says. I don't know. I didn't want to do the research.
I mean,
yes.
Terminator kills Terminator at the end of 2.
Let's see. I couldn't tell you anything past Terminator 2, but
Me neither.
yeah.
But I am also talking about Terminator 2, not Terminator 1, because she was
Salvation,
just
someone
kind
else kills a Terminator.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's my number
Lou's
one.
spicy tonight, and I don't like
he's
it.
ready. He's just like, I'm ready. All right. So for my team, I tried to make up roles. So I have scout, muscle. I got to have someone in charge of food. So the gardener, the inventor, and then I have face of the party / host. I think my inventor is going to be, I'm kind of glad Lou went with all women because I knew my first pick was safe. But I'm going to go with Tony Stark from Avengers. I put Infinity Wars. I texted Jacob congratulating him for his baby, but also doing some research for the pod. I asked him what movie is he the most powerful. He told me the Avengers because he has the nano suit and everything. I'm not going to lie. I haven't seen the standalone Iron Man movies. Go ahead and roast me in the comments. That's feedback. That's good for the algorithm. I'll take it. I'm not scared of some negative criticism like some people on this pod.
You
Sorry.
filthy casual.
Yeah, I'm not a big superhero person, but I think he built the suit out of like spare parts and everything, and I just think whatever we need, he's going to be able to tinker with it and kind of build it out of this apocalyptic wasteland.
I approve. That's a great choice.
Yeah, I feel like your guys' personalities would meld well together. So
Oh wow,
That's interesting. I was going to say he's got a big ego, so you got to kind of play around him.
hey,
from a
I'll
personality
fluff his
point.
ego and other. I mean, what?
you're Iron his man.
Would you guys agree that Endgame and like Infinity Wars is his strongest?
Oh, dude, I stopped watching Marvel after like Guardians 2. I have no idea.
Dude,
Yeah.
Endgame was the next one, dog. Why didn't you at least finish
Oh.
that?
Well, realistically, I stopped way before Guardians 2, but I went on a date and
Nah.
we went to go. It was the Marvel movie that I was out, so I was like, "Oh, you want to go see a Marvel movie?" Let's go see a Marvel movie.
I just saw the big ones.
So realistically, I stopped watching it. Ultron.
All right. Well, Lou, you got which Iron Man's your favorite, or you think is the strongest?
I am not a 12-year-old, so I can't tell you which
Dang.
one.
We are not an
Iron Man is my
MCU
favorite.
podcast. Good thing it's 2024 instead of 2014, or else we'd be cooked.
We would be cooked. I don't know. I do know that he gets stronger throughout the movies pass on. As the movies go on, he gets stronger.
Jacob,
so.
let us know why the nanosuit specifically is the cream of the crop.
Oh,
Mike,
gosh.
what is your number one?
Oh, Spicy Lou is my favorite character on the podcast. All right, my number one. I've been practicing the pronunciation for this name, and then I'm gonna get it wrong. I apologize, but Chirrut Inouye.
I have no idea how to type that.
I am one with the Force. The Force is with me. I am one with
that's
the
a good
Force. The Force is with me.
Out of all the people in Star Wars, you choose him?
Yep, you'll get that. You'll figure it out. Don't worry.
Okay.
Danny.
Wait, time out. Are you doing all blind people?
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh, my
Pick number
God.
2, Matt Murdock, Daredevil from Spider-Man: No Way Home. I got a Jedi-ish. Can't see, and I got a
Force
freaking
sensitive.
360-degree radar that knows martial arts and is super intelligent, or at least smart enough to pass the New York bar.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Is that?
And as we all know, the one-eyed man, when the world goes blind, the one-eyed man reigns supreme. So
I've seen the Book of Eli. That would have been a good pick.
you keep his name out of your mouth, all right?
all right. I'll keep that off. What? Not on my list, but it might be on Lou's now. I don't know.
I'm not worried about any of my picks being taken by Lou.
All right. Yeah. I mean, he was good in the one movie. Chirrut? Is that how you say it?
Chirrut, I believe. Yeah, Chirrut Inouye.
Yeah. Good
Chirrut.
character.
Yeah.
When he was just walking up with those against the stormtroopers, I was cheering for him.
Yeah,
That's a good
right.
pick.
Good
I haven't.
character. I liked him,
Oh,
and I'm gonna be
I
honest. I
like
picked him number 1 because I was the most concerned about a Star Wars character getting plucked.
It's fair.
He wouldn't have been my number 1 pick otherwise. In fact, he was the last person I went. I was sitting there going, God, I need one more blind guy. Oh, Rogue One.
There you go.
So
It's Disney's best Star Wars movie.
I agree
I
by a long shot.
which Spider-Man was Daredevil in?
He made a brief cameo in No Way Home, the most recent, the one with all 3 of the Spider-Man.
Oh yeah. I do remember that.
Yeah. So really, I wanted him from the TV show, and so I just found a movie that he was in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're connected, so that works.
Yeah.
I won't even ask Lou if he's seen Daredevil. My goodness.
I have the oldest
honestly,
one.
The
oldest one I have.
Netflix one, or who was that?
First
Well,
season of the Netflix
well,
one is worth a
Batman.
watch, man. It's really
Yeah, it's
good.
Ben Affleck. Yeah.
Yep.
Didn't see that.
Affleck.
All right, my number 2. I'm gonna take this one in case Lou has it. I'm gonna go with Mrs. Incredible from The Incredibles. And I have her down as my scout because she can do a little bit of everything. She does sneak around and all that, and she can like completely flatten herself, and she'd just be good to have in that type of situation.
You're a horny dog.
Mrs.
Okay.
Incredible getting a shout out in 2 consecutive episodes, and not by me. What has this world
When did
come
she get
to?
When did she get a shout out last episode?
You were talking about Fortnite and her
yeah.
more exquisite assets getting nerfed, I believe was the term you used.
Incredible.
They reduced the barometric pressure, brought down the thunder thigh.
There we go. And then if we do find like a group of kids, we have a motherly figure to take care of them, nurture them, and raise them into a child army. I mean, take care of them. Gotta think about these things.
Low key though, Incredibles might be my favorite Pixar movie. Really good. We watched it with Joe when she was up, up here, and I like almost cried like twice.
Better than Toy Story 2?
Yeah, I'm not a huge Toy Story guy. I like
thought you
it.
were.
They're good. You know, I'd never talk bad about them, but they don't like touch my soul the way Incredibles does. I think the subject matter is a little more relevant to adult life. You know,
Mhm.
trying to keep your family and your marriage intact and dealing with all those themes, as opposed to Toy Story, which is a great movie, but I'm like, it's not designed to speak to me as an adult to the level that Incredibles was.
I like the Kobe Bryant short.
Kobe Bryant short.
Yeah, didn't they make a short tribute to Kobe Bryant?
Pixar did? I remember
thought
seeing
so.
the short. I didn't know it was Kobe
Okay,
Bryant.
maybe. I mean, so at
can
camp
get
one
the
time
intern
for
on it.
family camp, they did like a Pixar short movie night where they were just showing all the Pixar shorts, and that was one of them. So I could have faulty information, but it was looped in there. Lou, who is your number 2?
My number 2 is nicknamed Black Mamba.
Kobe Bryant.
Nope, that's funny that we just talked about that. That is her nickname, though. Came back from the dead and is the master of the 5-point palm exploding heart technique.
Whoa.
We have the bride.
Is that
we know.
Huh?
Kill Bill?
Kill Bill. Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Ah,
Haven't seen him.
Kill Bill. Kill Bill. Very good. She, yeah. I mean, I fell in love with her when she did the 6-inch punch to get out of the coffin that she was in. I was like, this chick is insane. And she, like, massacred she massacred, like, 50 people at one point. So, yeah.
And
Can't
she
beat
can use
it.
a katana.
And she used a katana, so you don't have to worry about guns jamming. She's pretty much just my ninja. Can't really beat it.
I approve. If I were to watch a Quentin Tarantino movie, I think Kill Bill 1 and 2 would be the next up in the lineup.
Have you seen Inglourious Bastards?
No,
Would recommend. Great movie.
that's what I hear.
There's a lot of not subtext. What do you call it? No, sublines. Oh my gosh!
Talking about subtext?
Is it with the movies that's in different languages? So you have to read
Oh, subtitles.
Oh, subtitles. Yeah.
titles. There's a lot of subtitles in.
The Django's also good if you haven't seen that one.
No subtitles. Just you'll see some crazy stuff.
Okay.
True. All right, Lou. Well, you're up again for number 3.
Oh, all right. This one is a guilty pleasure of mine.
Oh.
I don't know how much this isn't non-sexual. Calm down. This one's a very guilty pleasure of mine. I don't know how much she'll bring to the table versus the rest of them, but she is a big body, and she gives off bodyguard energy because she did it mostly in the show. She is a knight of the House of Tarth, Brienne of Tarth.
Nope, not a movie. Sorry, big dog.
You're 100% right. All right.
Olga from
Scratch
Dodgeball.
that. I will take. She was a computer hacker. It's all live, baby. It's all live. She was a computer hacker. She's in martial arts also. Trinity from The Matrix.
That's a good one.
Nice.
Thank you.
I almost went with the Matrix character at one point, so terrifies me. I'm glad I pivoted off because I'd be screwed.
Question. So, since like Trinity's whole thing is in a simulation, would that pay off in this type of apocalypse? Just wondering. Like, are we just taking the powers that she would have had from the Matrix and plop them in there?
Oh,
We didn't ask that question, so
that is a great question. She's just like a normal person outside of the Matrix, right?
yeah. I think for Lou's sake, we'll allow it.
I mean, she's
Yeah,
also
we'll allow it. It's fine. But
she's a computer hacker, so that's one. So I feel like I might.
Well,
need
all technology has been wiped out. You have to build it.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully she
You
would
build a
build
computer.
it.
I
I'd
mean,
be like, hey.
she's still probably smart.
It's true.
That's
She
what
could
I'm-
hack whatever Iron Man's machines are potentially.
Potentially, yeah, for sure. Because that's definitely the character that I picked first.
All right.
All right.
Trinity from the Matrix.
Trinity from the Matrix.
We haven't had any picks stolen yet. No, I'm worried.
I don't think we're gonna.
No,
I think it's
movies is a big category.
Yeah. And we all went with different themes, which
Yeah.
it's convenient
So
and not planned.
So next, I have my gardener person, and so I picked someone from 2005. This 2005 hit movie, Layla Williams from Sky High.
Nice, dude. That's brilliant.
It is, because she can just create. She's basically like a druid. She can just create, like, pull any type of plants from anything. I don't even know if she has to have the seed, but even if we have like one sunflower, she can make a whole field of sunflowers. So I just feel like that's busted, and wherever we post up, that's gonna be invaluable. And I was kind of scared Mike might take it, because that is a sleeper pick that I don't think a lot of people thought of.
Well, and the worst part is, I even thought, like, oh man, if like poison ivy's just not worth dealing with, but it'd be so nice to have that power on a good guy, and I just spaced on Sky High.
You could probably pick a lot of characters from Sky High that would do well in the End of the World. If you didn't have to worry about personalities, I was thinking whoever the villain was, basically it's like Lola's powers except for technology, so that would be busted. But I don't want to be turned into a baby.
But yeah, no,
she does buy Xboxes, so.
Actually, the parents bought him the Xbox.
Yeah, you're right. Gwen, right? That's her name? Gwen?
Gwen Stacy, that's right. Yeah.
Nope, Gwen Stacy's from Spider-Man.
No, you're right. It is Gwen.
It's Gwen
what is it? What is it? Shoot. Grayson?
Sky
Gwen
High.
Grayson? Yes.
Sounds right. You have Gwen Grayson.
Alliteration. Yeah. Dude, that movie's so good. Who was it? One of you guys who said that movie's overrated and cheesy?
I may have. I enjoy the movie.
I do too, man.
I think
that movie is so good.
Yeah, I think
it's like
the cheesiness adds to it.
Just right. Yeah. Like, it's cheesy in a way that's like, well, this is fun. We're making it's tongue in cheek and like self-aware, and I love
sort of like
movie.
Cobra Kai, but not a lot of people here. Not everyone here likes Cobra Kai either.
I love Cobra Kai. I think that it is an example of the cheese being so ridiculous that it's fun. I think Sky High does cheese in a way that's like masterful, and like I think they do it way better than Cobra Kai does.
All right, Mike, but we're coming at you for your number 3 pick.
Oof, nobody took it. My number 3 pick, the guy who set the theme for me, is Eli from the Book of Eli. As I recall, he's a pretty darn good fighter. He's already somebody who survives an apocalypse when everybody's coming after him. And he's got the Bible memorized.
Yeah.
He does have the Bible.
Pretty sure that's one I didn't. That's a good Christian pick,
Right. Bonus points for the God pick.
Would you consider that a Christian movie? Because that would change the game.
Yeah, we should start playing that at Bear Lake for like Sixers, I think.
Sixer.
Or whatever they call it now.
I've not seen that movie in so long.
Neither have I, but I remember it being good.
I know there's two different trains of thought. Some people think he's completely blind, but I subscribe to the theory that I think is also popular, that he's only blind in one eye.
Well, then we would be kings together.
Ooh.
But also, Denzel.
Yeah.
Love me some Denzel.
Me too.
Even if it's just a character that he played, not a bad addition to the team.
That's a celebrity I'd want to hang out with too. I know I got crap from Morgan Freeman, but Denzel
Easy.
seems
Denzel
like a great
would be on
guy.
that list for sure. Although, did we make that list already?
Yeah, it was like our third or fourth highest video.
Oh man!
Shout out to you guys. Our overrated video games is freaking popping off for one day. So thank you all.
Easily, yeah. It's like 4 views away from being our most viewed video, and it came out a day ago as of recording.
So go ahead, share it. We did try to get a little clickbaity with a thumbnail on purpose, but I mean, we talked about all those characters.
It was a good thumbnail. That was using Hyrule as the background was a stroke of genius on Rob's part.
Thank you. Well, it's right back to you for number 4. Who's your 4th blind person?
My 4th blind person. I'm gonna iterate, not reiterate because it hasn't been iterated yet. I'm gonna iterate. Was in 4 feature films. Okay. More well known from the TV show. He was in 4 movies.
He throws me off.
Geordie LaForge, the chief engineer of the USS Enterprise D. Blind, brilliant and has a visor that pumps thermo and other different like vision styles into his brain, so he's able to see even though he is blind, and he's able to see in a bunch of different spectrums of light, so at night he's going to be invaluable as a scout because he can switch to thermal and see anybody trying to sneak up. Traps, radiation, the whole thing. Jordy's able to get us a ton of information. Plus, I assume everyone's coming with like a basic loadout from them in the movie, right? So like Eli's gonna have swords, Daredevil's gonna have the Daredevil suit, and I think he's got those like sticks that he hits people with.
Nice sticks.
Yeah, a tricorder and a phaser. Solid weapons to have in the apocalypse.
Man, I wish I got a signed picture of LeVar Burton.
All I wanted was a picture. You can't disappoint a picture.
One of the best episodes.
It's so good.
Doesn't he like sail around the world? Isn't that who he goes with?
He ends up going with that. Why do you call it Star Trek? You never go to any stars. You should call it Planet Trek. But another all-around good guy. Well-tempered, highly intelligent, excellent problem-solving. And I assume he also has a relatively decent knowledge of basic human anatomy for the sake of like medical situations, because he did like graduate from the Starfleet Academy. So like in a pinch, he'd be able to help as a doctor.
He's got at least combat medicine, field medicine. That's what.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's going to be able to perform like high-level surgeries, but like he's better than nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I never seen
also
Next
the
Generation.
movie I did pick him from was Star Trek Generations, because in that one he does get kidnapped by a group of aliens and holds up really well in a in a high stress situation. So I think it's his best showing, and possibly my favorite Star Trek movie.
4 is the best. Isn't Generations also a TV show?
The Next Generation was a TV show,
okay.
And Generations was the movie that bridged the gap from the movie starring Kirk and Spock into the new movies starring the people from the TV show, which was awesome. It was really cool. Yet you ended up having like Kirk and Picard working together, and it's so good.
Kirk or Picard, choose one right now, forever on the podcast.
Picard,
Yeah.
no question. Don't even have to blink. I did blink, but it was more of a coincidence of timing than not knowing the answer.
All right, Lou, I'm going to ask you. Now you can be spicy with it or not. Have you seen any of the Star Trek movies or shows?
Yeah, I've seen the most popular movies, the newer ones.
Newer ones are good, man. I like them.
Really?
Yeah,
I feel like most people don't. I don't. What were you going to say there?
Yeah.
All right. Good talk.
He's seen them. There was an
That's it.
Asian guy. He had a katana. Lou was happy.
There was an Asian guy with a katana?
He didn't really use the katana much, but he had it for a minute. It was a nod to the, I believe, George Takei's Sulu, his character in the original series. I believe he was a fencer. And so I think they gave the new Sulu, I think at like one point he had a katana for a brief moment. I don't know if they ever actually used it in combat, but it was like a cool little nod to that.
Very cool.
Okay, my number 4 for my face of the party / host, where we're going to post up. I actually haven't seen this movie, but it seemed like the best representation of this character, so I'm going to go with it. And it's from Rise of the Guardians, which came out in 2012, and it is Santa Claus, a.k.a. North.
Nice.
This version of Santa Claus, he's super jacked and everything, and I think he has your basic Santa powers, but he also, is like a sword fighter and everything, so he gets defenses. And I think, who doesn't love Saint Nick? And with his infinite bag of just pulling out whatever is in his sack, copy.
Nice.
Reaching, deep in his bag of tricks there, he can pull whatever Iron Man needs. So that team, bam, you're just gonna, and he could just automate the whole elf workshop. So it doesn't matter if all the elves are wiped out. And I feel like that'd be well, I don't know about Rise of the Guardian Santa. I think he's a little more gritty. But your stereotypical Santa and Iron Man, I feel like would be kind of like Iron Man and Captain America, like that sort of dynamic, which would probably just be fun to watch.
I seriously considered David Harbour's Santa Claus from Violent Night.
Is he evil though? Is that the?
No, he's disenchanted with being Santa Claus, and then he ends up basically doing the Die Hard thing throughout the movie, and so like they really lean more into like the Saint Nick mythology, and like at one point he ends up getting a sledgehammer that reminds him of his war hammer, and he goes ham with that. It was like Die Hard, Home Alone, all rolled into one, and kind of sucked actually. It wasn't a very good movie. They couldn't get the tone right, but the concept was awesome, and David Harbour was good because he's pretty much good in everything.
And before all you comic book nerds start typing in the comments, yes, I do know that there was Santa Claus in an animated Avengers TV show. Was a TV show, so I couldn't use it. But when I looked up like best Santa Claus by Powers, that was I think number 2.
Do you think somebody was actually going to comment that, or just you were just trying to be?
I know at least one of the people that listen to this will be like, "Well, that's Santa Claus and Iron Man actually did have a crossover." So
okay, all right, just want to make sure.
Hey, there's at least one diehard comic book lover out there covering my bases.
Yeah, but do you think he's actually going to listen when he just had a kid?
It seems like it's the perfect time to listen.
Yeah, there's two philosophies, I guess, with that one.
Yeah. All right, Lou, who's your number 4?
My number 4. You know what? Finding female characters that would be good in Apocalypse is actually harder than I expected. I've been scouring the internet. I know it, or just men don't know how to write good female characters.
That's possible.
That is possible. I'm gonna go for
Sandra Bullock from Bird Box.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh! No, I don't want to be called boy for the rest.
You go with one of the Lord of the Rings females. There's some pretty good ones there.
No, I'm sexually active. I don't need that life stuff in my life. I'm gonna go for, because this is any better, but I'm gonna go for Annabeth Chase. Does anybody know who that is?
I do not. Is that from Anna Green Gables?
No, it's a Percy Jackson book that is also a movie.
Nice.
Called, I think, Percy Jackson. Right? Is that right?
The Lightning Thief.
The Lightning Thief. Yes. She has, and I think this is the end of the second movie or whatever. She has superhero strength and agility. She is proficient in weapons. Apparently, she has near perfect memory, master of persuasion, because that's just part of who she is as a god. Oh, if you don't know who this is, she is half god, half. Oh, I said
she's
no
demigod.
God.
No, she's only half
demigod counts. I think
demigod's good.
You could pick Hercules. No one would fight you, so...
Well, Hercules has a penis as far as I could tell. I never checked, but...
Well, sure. But I'm saying if Rob or I picked Hercules, nobody would be like, oh, you said no gods.
Okay.
By extension,
Santa Claus is also kind of a demigod, so...
That's fair. That's a good point. She has ADHD, and she has dyslexia, so I don't have to worry about her giving me a hard time with that. She has keen senses and supernatural alertness, and apparently she can fall from heights and not be hurt.
That's a plus.
That is a plus. Yeah, I don't care for this character at all, but it's thin, so I'm trying my best here.
It's true. That is also, you brought up falling from heights. That is one thing also about Mrs. Incredible. She has a lot of utility. She can be a parachute. She can be a boat. Yeah. So I mean, that's plus.
Well, only if you have somebody with super speed to power the boat.
I mean, Tony Stark could just kick on the feet.
Beam, yeah, or the feet, yeah.
Yeah, what a way to use one of my characters to boost up one of your characters.
Well, we got Santa's sleigh, so it doesn't matter. Well, it just reminded me. You said that. I'm like, oh, yeah.
To be fair, he was using one of your female characters to prop up one of his female characters. So,
That's
so far, only one of us doesn't have a female on their list. So
hey, listen, I intentionally, one, there are not a lot of blind women. I told the idea of being like when I was looking for a fifth, I was like, Sandra Bullock from Bird Box. She's not actually blind, but she wears a blindfold the whole time. I think. I didn't actually see that movie or read the book. I tried to read the book. It was kind of boring.
Wow, you don't want Helen Keller to be on your team? They made a movie about her.
Ooh.
Sexist.
So funny.
Put pencil it in.
But I was
Pencil
like,
it in.
it was the element of we need everybody to get along. Not that men and women can't get along, but I was like, I don't need the headache of 4 dudes and then 1 woman, and like the dudes falling into infighting because they're all like, I'm gonna be the one who gets with the girl. I was like, nope, all guys, just gonna have to live with it.
Well, you could have had a second girl, at least balance it out a little bit.
Yeah, but then there's one guy left out, and it's just for the sake
You
of
don't know
peace.
what they're into.
I don't. But
I don't think
fairly
Shara
good idea.
Inouye is gonna be really competing there. He would be like an asexual, He doesn't need the
Yes, but
worldly
I
pleasures
didn't think
of
enough.
this world.
I didn't put enough thought into this to go, okay, what if I pick 2 men, 2 women, and 1 asexual?
Well, you obviously have thought about this the most. No, I'm joking. Me and my wife did go over this multiple times trying to think of a good team. So shout out to Becca. Thank you for your help. Lou, bring it on home with number 5. Who you got?
Yikes.
The
That
double
was
yikes.
a snake pick
The
this time.
third-
That
triple
one
one.
wasn't
Oh,
entendre.
no.
Baby, a triple.
Oh, boy. I'm going to go for...
Peach. Go for Peach.
I'm scrolling. No.
Peach from the Mario movie. Come on, dog.
I'm not.
Ripley from Aliens?
Yeah, I mean,
I was gonna do Ruby for Aliens, but it feels like it's just one-sided. I don't know. It's like, ugh. But like, if I had to pick,
you gotta
I'm
pick.
gonna
This is
go
your survival
for-
team.
this is my survival team. I'm not picking her because she is well proportioned. So don't freak out, guys. She is in anime, but also in a movie. So can't judge me. I tried not to pick anime. I'm doing my best. Tsunade from Naruto. She
I don't know how to
heals.
spell that.
You have no idea.
Ooh,
Naughty.
getting the healer's a good call.
TSUNADE. Don't look her up on Reddit because she will get different things. Yikes.
Or do it with safe search.
And do it as safe search. Yep, Tsunade, she is also pretty much a president in Naruto, so she has good leadership capabilities. I think that she would bond well with the rest of the women because everybody's a badass woman, but Tsunade has like a kind heart. She knows all forms of chakra, so lightning, fire, wind, earth, yin and yang.
Bueno.
She's got the sauce. She can create fire, create water, move earth. She's goated. And
She's goated.
don't twist my arm. She is pretty, but I mean.
I'm telling
Whatever.
Christian, you said that.
Well, in this
Keller.
scenario, all of our close friends and family and loved ones are dead. So this
Well, she's
Even
hot.
so, Lou should not
super hot.
find any woman attractive ever. That's the rule. He's
Hey.
married.
Hey, it's a
She
cartoon
is-
I don't know if that's better or worse, but at least
Oh.
it's a cartoon.
Oh, okay, yeah, Mr. Justifying having Mrs. Incredible on it.
Well, at least his is 2D, I'm trying to help you, Lou.
I appreciate it. Christian doesn't listen. He stopped listening to this podcast about a year ago, so you got nothing to worry.
Dang, she didn't make it very far.
She didn't make it very far. She's like, I've already listened to this guy enough in real life. I don't need to listen to him.
Thank you, Becca, for still listening.
Have you
I
told her it's
appreciate
gotten better?
I don't think that changes anything, but I think it has gotten better. So,
you. At least, have her click on the pod each week and turn the volume all the way down. Just let it run through.
she used to do that too, and then I don't
Hey,
think she's doing that anymore
darn.
either. But
Helps our numbers.
I know it does help our numbers, but yeah.
Okay, so Tsunade.
Tsunade.
I totally butchered that spelling, but mine. I'm going for an anime. So
Oh,
I'm
Nope.
dipping into Lou's domain over here.
oh.
Is
not
your
blind.
anime character well proportioned?
Yes, but very, very differently. I'm going with Gogeta from Dragon Ball Super Broly, 2008 or 2018. He is my muscle guy. And the reason I'm going with Gogeta is because I feel like Goku is a little too lax and Vegeta is a little too, standoffish. Put them both together, it's a good mix. And at that point, they're like both going Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, and combining each other. I know that some of those words didn't make sense to most people, but let me just tell you, those power levels are insane. They can take on like literal deities, but they're not a deity, and it's just wild. And they're gonna deal with any problem I have, and we have all the food from Layla that Goku could eat because she can just keep on going. So we can keep him well fed, keep him stocked up for those gains and everything. And with that, I think I won, but I'll let you guys decide, and we'll hear Mike's number 5 right now.
My number 5 can be found deep in an enchanted forest that exists to kill those who wander through it. One of 2 Carry Elway's characters who knows the secret of a devastatingly murderous forest/swampland. Fun fact. He has a companion who is a bird, I believe a hawk, and eventually he became one of King Arthur's knights. He does not have a last name. I looked. He's Garrett from Quest for Camelot. And frankly, he's not that good of a character, but again, there are just not that many capable blind guys, so, had to take what I could get.
All right, so you're posting up in the forest, Mike. I'm posting up in the North Pole. Lou, where are you posting up?
In the brothel, clearly.
Bad.
Lou?
You there?
Oh, I'm there. I'm sorry.
He's like, I'm done with Mike's jokes.
I'm sorry.
You new host.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the joke?
Well, I was just asking because, like, it's not really a joke. It's a question. It's that I'm posting up in the North Pole with Santa. Mike's posting up in a forest. Where are you posting up?
My house.
All right. Yes, Lou's house is still standing. That's
I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, the truth is, if there was a post-apocalyptic, if there was something going on like this, I wouldn't want to live. I'd be like, what's the point of living? Would you guys really like? I miss a meal. I miss one meal, and I lose my mind. There's no way that I would survive in this situation.
Not with that
Also,
attitude.
if you do a North Pole, how are you gonna grow things?
That's why I got someone that can grow something from literally anything.
You think she's gonna love living in the cold?
I think with this team,
I think,
yes.
I was going to say, Stark can make her a greenhouse, and away we go.
Whose side are you on, Mike?
I just have a well-rounded team, dog.
I just take shots at everybody. Have you not been paying attention?
Yeah, that's fair.
It has been more at you lately. But
how do you think Santa Claus... I mean, Santa Claus has to have something to feed the reindeer and the elves.
And the elves.
Which, if you're counting the elves, then it's a whole army,
Candy cane, candy corn, and syrup.
Yeah, I did think about taking Santa Claus from Elf, but I'm like, proportionally, there'd be a lot more percentage of people believing in him, just because, there's at least 5, and the world population's a lot smaller, but he doesn't really have any powers,
That's fair.
All right, well, let us know who you guys think would win, or survive the longest, I guess. And I guess you are pitting them against each other. Let us know down in the comments. To finish it off, Lou has Sarah Connor, The Bride, Trinity, Annabeth Chase, and Sonati, right? Sonati?
How old are you getting, Robert?
I have dyslexia, dog. Calm down.
Chipotle? Oh, you do have
Yeah, back off me, man.
I didn't know you that.
Wow, you just like making fun of disabled people?
I'm blind. Do you want to take a shot at me for it?
I have the only joke I could think of is too inappropriate. But I'll text you.
I want to know after though. So
Yeah, put it in our chat. For me, I have Tony Stark, Mrs. Incredible, Layla Williams, Santa Claus, and Gogeta. Mike has Sherrod Inway, Matt Murdock, Eli, Geordie LaForge, and Garrett. So let us know down below.
I got 2 characters that don't have last names.
There you go. Do you guys have any honorable mentions? Or I know Lou was just kind of... Lou, run us through your insane list right quick.
Oh, that's a great idea.
No.
Okay, never
I guess
mind.
the Joker's on there, maybe.
I had the Joker. I had the guy from... I was learning how to pronounce his name. Oh, see, I'm just struggling the same way as you.
Yeah, well, how old are you, Lou?
No. I can give it to you next week.
You deleted it?
It's gone. It's completely gone. Yeah.
So for my scout, I also had Domino from Deadpool 2, because having just pure luck as a superpower, pretty busted.
Not bad. Yeah.
I had Gandalf the White and Aragorn. And also for a gardener, in case Layla got chosen, I had Samwise Gamgee because I'm like, I'm sure he could figure something out. He's a gardener.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
And,
Nowhere near as good, but
no.
solid. I think she's so far ahead of everybody else at that position that there's just no close runner-up.
Then my second runner-up for inventor was Nikola Tesla from The Prestige.
Nice.
How about you, Mike? You got any honorable mentions?
Oh, man. I mean, I'm sure if once I landed on all blind people, everything changed.
Who was the original list?
When the Fire Nation attacked? What the hell?
Yeah, I did. In the group chat, you'll notice that I slipped in TV ? Because I really wanted Toph from.
You could have taken her from the movie.
Was she in the movie?
I haven't seen it.
I don't think she was
is.
in the movie. No, because she comes in season 2, and the movie only covers season 1. So unless they drastically brought her in way too early, I don't think she was in it. So bummer. I was sad about that. And then I've spent so much time trying to get blind people at this point that I've forgotten all my other picks. Doc Brown would be a good inventor though. That'd be fun.
I thought about that, but the thing is, like, he only has one invention that works. Now, granted, it's a time machine, but that's like his one thing.
Well, he also has the dog food arm thing. That worked pretty flawlessly. It just doesn't have like an overflow valve.
Yeah, it doesn't have a sensor on it.
Also, he made the ice machine in the Old West. That's not nothing.
Becca did point that out, that he does, get there.
He grows.
I'm not seeing her in the movie, so you might have been right. I thought the movie tried to cover the whole thing. So
no, it was just the first one. It was gonna. They probably planned a trilogy. The Man in Black would have been
which one? Kobe Bryant.
From The Princess
Dark
Bride.
Tower. Oh, I thought you were going to Dark Tower. That's a bad guy though.
Yeah, it's a bad guy. You do not want to deal with him. That being said, I don't want Roland on my team. Roland's he's too determined to do his thing.
Who's Roland?
I wouldn't want Roland's personality. He needs to be in charge too much. I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't give it. I would have to sit down and. I liked having a theme. Having a theme made it fun for me. So, I'd have to come up with a different theme and then, fit it to my theme. I think if we do this again, and I think we should. This would be a fun annual episode. Maybe we come up with a theme in advance, and that we all have to fit into, and then we'll have some you'll actually have to have a draft board a little bit more and have to balance it out.
Mm-hmm. No, just that is a good idea. I want to say we had some comments from last week's pod because we have a little bit of time. Ben, who chose this the apocalyptic scenario without knowing it, said Elden Ring was overrated. What are your guys' thoughts?
That is. Oh, sorry. You can go, Mike.
No, go. If you have formed thoughts, take the wheel.
I mean, I've played over 200 hours of Elden Ring. Elden Ring is the greatest. There is one thing bad about Elden Ring, and that is the fact that they just refuse to put an actual story in there, and that you have to piece together. You have to piece together a story. The combat, the A-frames, the hit detection, the amount of character develop, the how you can develop your character in any way that you want to. It is my favorite video game of all time. I do not see another video game ever getting better than that. We are living in an era that is going to be outside of story. That is, I could play that game forever.
That's how I feel about Baldur's Gate 3. I understand.
So Baldur's Gate 3 has just an insane story. If you would have put the story in Baldur's Gate 3 and put the fighting in Elden Ring, it would be unstoppable. It would be the Infinity Gauntlet of video games.
I did see, it's not going to be Elden Ring, but I did see there was a real-time combat mod for Baldur's Gate 3, especially with the mod toolkit being completely released. It's going to get crazy here with the mods.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mike, what were you going to say about Elden Ring?
I'm not even sure what I was going to say. I was just inhaling to begin
Dramatic
talking
effect.
until I came up with I, like Michael Scott, sometimes start talking and just hope that I find a point along the way sometimes. I don't think it's overrated. And unless the argument for it being overrated is just it's kind of like the Ocarina of Time thing where it's like it's a 99 but people rate it a 100, therefore it's overrated. You know, like I could see that kind of argument where it's like it's overrated because of how highly it's regarded. But I think as far as FromSoft games go, it's the most fun I've ever had. I think though, the lose point about story, but also infinite customization, or like just the level of customization you can have for your character. I'm curious if you could do a compelling story while having the freedom to explore and customize your character to that level. Just like when you look at Breath of the Wild,
Same thing.
it's
Little
that kind
more.
of the same thing. You lose story to a certain extent.
What about Tears of a
And-
Kingdom? I never got very far, so did that do it a little better?
It could have done it a little better, but I don't think it did.
Okay.
For example, like you know how you have to go collect the tears and then you get a little like a video.
Yeah, it's just like the memories, right?
Yeah, they didn't lock those in order.
They weren't in
Which I
order for
think
Breath
is-
of the Wild either.
Well,
looked at
no,
the
but
guide.
like, I don't think they were anywhere near as crucial. Like, you, spoilers for for Tears of the Kingdom. You can't get the Master Sword until you get all the tears. And so it's like a critical component to the game that you collect all the tears. They should have just showed you the freaking story in order, no matter what order you collected the tears in, because you can totally it didn't need to be sequenced like that. So they could have done small things behind the scenes that I think could have improved the story.
I'm sure your point was good, but I took off my headphones as soon as you said spoiler alert, because I will go back and play it at some point.
That's fair. Yeah. So glad I spoiler alerted that then. Yeah, and ultimately it's just like the story's not that great, you know. And I think that that's always going to be a trade-off that games have to choose, is between story and freedom. And as somebody who doesn't care about story that much, I do prefer some kind of structure, and I don't mind a little bit of linearity for the sake of having a story in a game, because I like story in a game. It's just not my primary thing that I go after.
Yeah. I will say I'm a pretty big story guy, but I do like the occasional game where it's like Elden Ring, where it's like it's there if you want it. You can piece it together. And I love listening to some of the YouTube videos that people do.
I love games where there's ambient option for like I like Dishonored a lot. And Dishonored has like a main story, but then there's so much more you can dig into if you want on the side and pick up the lore in like subtler ways. So I'm a big fan of story enough to keep it moving and keep it interesting, and then if you want the depth and the lore, you can go seek it out within the game. I think that's peak storytelling for me. Then again, Spider-Man 2018, one of my favorite games of all time, and it's the story that really took it from good to great for me. So
Now, one more thing Ben said is that Mike's number one, which was Breath of the Wild, sounds like a skill issue.
yeah,
So-
confused by that comment. I would say, Ben, comment below and elaborate, because I don't feel like the skill ceiling is that high.
Well, have you watched
first.
speedruns?
Oh, I'm not trying to speedrun.
Have you
Breath
tried
of
the
Wild.
bomb jump?
No, I have not.
Wild.
But also, like my complaint with Breath of the Wild was never this is.
Too easy.
Yeah. It wasn't that it was too easy. I thought that. I will say I wish it was a little bit harder, and also that the combat was tightened up a little bit more. Like I wish it just fought a little more like Dark Souls. Because like sometimes it did feel a little clunky, and I wasn't crazy about the button layout. And I didn't want to like. Nintendo button layouts are often weird.
I agree.
And in that game, it felt like it was like, I could put a little bit more time into getting good at combat, but I just didn't find the combat to be compelling enough to make it worth getting really good at. Like, it just didn't. It was like, this is not deep and complex. I can just come back with a big sword later and be fine.
And one last thing, a comment from Name of User says, no one, not even League of Legends players like League of Legends. So shout out to Name of User there.
Hold on, Name of User 1 by chance?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Name
listen,
of User
Jacob and Andrew's brother.
1406.
You can't be mad at me. Give your. All right, bud. That's Jacob and Andrew's brother.
Well, I was just gonna carry it on, but differently. Lou, what are we talking about next week?
Next week we're gonna. Oh my gosh, I had it written down because I knew I was gonna butcher it. Next week we're gonna say our top 3 favorite songs that we can connect to memory. No,
5, or are we getting a guest?
we are getting a special guest, and I don't know if I
Ooh.
said that right.
You did not.
No, I thought it'd be random and cool. I didn't like all the sexist jokes, and I thought if I keep the love of women going, we're
Just trying to think of stuff out of this.
inviting my wife, Christian.
My wife.
Oh, awesome.
Yep.
I can tell her you think that that one character's pretty.
Yeah, you can do that. I'll beat you to it. But hey,
Hey, Lou's up front.
No.
No secrets in his marriage.
just like, don't look at my Reddit history, love. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Again, let me preface this. You think of a song and you connect it to a memory.
Okay.
No, I got you.
Okay.
I got 2 already. So
Gosh, that's a hard one.
Yeah. Think of
I
some
got
happy
3.
times. Think of some sad times. I'm itching.
My mother-in-law has a really good one, but I don't have it.
it might be on my list actually. I don't know.
Can I use other people's memories then?
Robert, at some point you're gonna have to open up to us, man. You're gonna have to spread the butt cheeks of the heart.
My heart doesn't have butt cheeks, Lou.
Let us see. I want to see that heart of yours, Robert.
Sorry, that's left. That's only for my wife, Lou. Come on.
Rob, bend over and present those feelings, man.
T-shirt idea. Someone make that a T-shirt.
Oh my gosh.
We'll give you 20% of the sales, which will be 0, but we'll talk about it if you make it. That'd be a great one. Thank you all for listening to this week's episode of the Top Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please share it with your friends. Let us, if you're watching on YouTube, give us a like, comment, subscribe. We'd love to hear from you. Join us on Discord. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave us a 5-star review. Leave a comment down below. We got some people commenting in our comment threads. I don't know what they're called. And join our Discord to find out when we're going to be playing Death by Daylight on Halloween. And join us for that special occasion. Should be fun. Never played the game. I'm probably going to be screaming my head off because I don't like scary things, and it's kind of a horror game, and I don't know what to do.
Plus,
so
if you don't like our takes, this is your chance to get back at us.
Yep.
So
be a whole meet and greet on Discord. I think we talked about potentially 7 to 9, right? 7 to 9 p.m.
7 to 9 Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time. Again, follow us on Discord. Join our Discord because that's where we're going to be having all the information, where we're going to be chatting and everything. But other than that, hope you guys have a great week, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace.
Adios.